Morning, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Just taking a moment, taking a breath here. Grounding into the space. How's everyone doing? We're gonna be doing the collective card pull for May 7th through May 14th first, and then open it up to do individual card pulls. So I will drop that in the chat. Oops. Still learning. Cool. All right. Let's get started, shall we? So, tuning in, we're going to use the Oracle deck. Again, the Shaman's Dream, one of my favorites. We're just going to bring through whatever's in the highest and best for the energy that is May 7th through May 14th. Okay. All right. First and foremost, 55, the further gate, bold step forward. First want to point out the double 5 at the top. I know 5s came up last week, and this week was also the 555 portal with lots of new energy coming in. So really wanted to highlight that coming forward. And then in this card, whenever I look at it, I always see right here, this looks like this rock formation. Oops, this one right here is, it looks like a person just on the like profile view, like looking down, or like looking, not looking down, but like looking over you. So it feels like a very protected energy, a very guided energy. And even if you look at where like the bright spot is coming out down here, there is a little bit of green. I don't know if my camera can pick that up. There's a little bit of green coming out there. And so this is feeling very watched over, loved, where we are all being watched over, protected, loved. And we've already walked through one door, so now it's like go, like keep going, get to that last gate. And it might feel like a scary step, it might feel like an unknown step, it might feel like we don't know what's on the other side of the gate. We can see that it's sort of hazy in the background. But take that step, because you're guided, you're protected, you are loved, you are whole, you are complete. I'm also feeling myself drawn to the little etchings in the stone over here. And they almost remind me, or the like feeling that I'm getting is almost like claw marks here. Let me see if I can, yeah, like these right in here. They almost remind me of claw marks on the stone. You could also like my logical brain wants to try to make it into hieroglyphs, but it's not. No, the hieroglyphs doesn't necessarily doesn't resonate for me. However, the like claw marks of this energy of really going and getting it, really going and fighting for what it is that you are wanting, where you want to go, and allowing those that are around you, or allowing the divine to protect you from harm's way. Let them take the brunt. Yeah. Okay. I think that one feels complete. Let's see, another card? Yeah. Whatever's in the highest and best, May 7th through May 14th. Woo. I'm laughing because I've pulled these two cards before, but I pulled them about and I pulled here. I'll show this one. So this one's number 60, Watchers Transpersonal. I pulled these two cards back in December when I was going through some big life changes at the time, and I'm pretty positive that I pulled them either on the same day or like back to back. And that's why I'm just laughing, because it's just like it feels ooh, just so many chills. And it makes me kind of emotional. Oh, fascinating. It feels like them coming up now feels like it's the end of a cycle. It's the end of it's like you went through that first, or like, whatever you were going through for the last several months, 5 months, 4 months. Because like I said, these came up back in December, and them coming up now feels important. So it's like whatever you went through, whatever gate you walked through from December to now, fantastic. Congratulations. Keep going. There's a new gate. And so this one, okay, let me take this in. So again, the number 60, the power of 6 and the power of 0. 0 is new beginnings. 6, I feel like I need to just leave for your interpretation. Here we go. Ill focus, I believe. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. Doesn't want to right now. That's fine. So on this card, the area that I'm most drawn to is this light coming in the top, and it's like there's an extra entity or being sitting on top of this kind of dismantled, or like partially destroyed or heavily weathered statue, but it feels like this crown opening, awareness opening, letting in so much love and light. And this also feels like even though you and your body might be feeling like, oh my gosh, my body is run down, or my body is falling apart, you are exactly where you're meant to be. You are supported. You're exactly with who you're meant to be at this moment in time. And it's okay. Like, you are where you are meant to be. You're on your divine path. Everything is happening in divine timing. And I also see 7 feathers of light up here, and 7 is a lucky number. And is also a very divine number when I think of union. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in this one, but it's a very warm card. It's a very supportive card. It's a very, with all the orange and yellow tones, it's a very grounded in the sacral and solar plexus. There might be big shifts coming up for you in the solar plexus. And for reference, that is, down here in your lower belly, or like below your belly button, and then above your belly button. That kind of, basically this whole stomach gut region. Whereas this first card is much more rooted, and also with the white, the divine light coming in from above. So those are more of like the chakras they might be associated with. Okay. Let's see. Is there another one for the collective today? Yes, we keep going. Whatever's in the highest, best. Ooh, one fell out the bottom. Ah, another one fell out the top. Okay, so they landed like this. So I'm going to read the first one. Remember I was talking about how you're so divinely guided and protected? Well, here you go. This week, 31, 3, and 1. Beautiful numbers coming through with the divine energy and guidance from your angels, and sticking with this whole color tones of red, orange, yellow, and white. Really anchoring in our power, really anchoring in, grounding in the love and abundance and light and protection, and just so much magic here. And even this like light up here gives me somewhat of a shape of a heart, so it's kind of goes up that way and then up that way. That actually makes me think of my the little logo, the heart in the hand, or icon. That's cute. This is beautiful. Yeah, I think that's what to be shared there. The other one that popped up, that was upside down, overflow. We had this one last week, I think. 43, overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Okay, so we've trailed away a little bit from the reds and oranges, and now we're getting into some green colors, which is coming into the heart space. This one this week feels to me almost like there's so much coming in. There's so much abundance coming in. There's so much creativity coming in that it might be really easy to get overwhelmed from all of the things you could do, or all of the places you could go, people you could meet with. And I'm getting chills as I'm saying that it's so... Let's ride the wave. Again, ground it in and then ride the wave. Don't let yourself get, or have grace for yourself if you start to feel overwhelmed. Focus on doing just whatever feels like is the next right thing, the next best thing. There is no right and wrong, so scratch the word right. Whatever feels like the next best thing for you. Lean on your spirit team, lean on source, lean on your higher self to guide you where to go. Perhaps make a list of all the different things that are coming through, because you don't need to do them all right now. They can all be ideas to expand upon. They don't all need to be done at this exact moment. They don't all need to be... Yeah, actually, I feel like I need to keep these up at the same time. So everything doesn't need to be done at the same time. Everything does not need to be done now. Everything does not need to be done tomorrow. Allow the creative energy to flow. Write it down if it comes to you. Work with your energy when you feel inspired. Go with the flow of life. And then if you're starting to notice yourself feeling overwhelmed or stressed, take a break, take a step back. It's gonna be okay. Everything's happening in divine timing. Abundance is flowing. It's gonna be okay. Remember to express gratitude. I need some chocolate. I feel they like to give us some friendly reminders of just like treat yourself. You know? Don't get so caught up in the, oh my gosh, I get in this idea and I need to do this and I need to do this. It's like, slow down. Slow down. Take a break. Have a piece of chocolate or go get an ice cream. Just remember to live in the now. There's a lot of building, there's a lot of beauty coming right now. And also, don't let that overwhelm you. There's plenty to go around. Find the flow. Find the flow. Okay, are these cards done? I believe so. Any other cards for today? Yes. Still Oracle? A tarot card today. Okay. All right. Well, we're using the Black Tarot deck. Again, bringing through whatever's in the highest and best for May 7th through May 14th for the collective. One of these days I'll get another camera so I can show the cards, or my hands more of the cards, but these cards are a little bit more sticky. So I'm just trying to... Ooh. Okay, there's one that tried to pop. So I'm gonna do this one because they're saying stop and pull the top card. The moon. Let me see if I remember my Roman numerals. I believe this is 18. Yeah. The first thing I think of right now is two things. First of all, the moon is the feminine. The moon represents the feminine energy, whereas the sun is more of the masculine energy. And the fact that all the phases are on here, it's reminding me of living in cycles. We are cyclical beings, whether whether society likes to point that out or not, or acknowledge that or not. We are cyclical beings, especially the feminine, with when it comes to like our menstrual cycles, and even in just like our everyone's healing process. It's you come back to things. It's not strictly a circle, it's more of like a spiral down where you're going to keep coming back to the same topics over and over again until you get to the depth of whatever it is that you needed to release, uh, to completely clear it. But you're moving in the same way. Um, Maybe that's not the best way to put it. Hold on. So if you looked at the spiral, like top down, so if I'm facing that to you, it's like, oh, the spiral might look like this, and spiraling in where it's like, everything's great. Everything is not great. Everything's great. Everything's not great until it like stabilizes and you figure out whatever it is you needed to learn in that process. Rotate that again, so the spiral goes down that way. I hope that made sense. Maybe I'll try like drawing that out next time. But the point being is acknowledging this death and rebirth cycle, this living and moving with our energy, living and moving with going with the flow of life, and finding that balance between action, which is the masculine side of things, and not necessarily inaction, but it's the flow of there's time for action, there's time for rest, there is time for play, there is time for building, there is time for turning inwards. The seasons all cycle. At least here in the United States where I'm located, I have 4 seasons. Yeah, I'm feeling really drawn to the full moon on this card this time. And to me, that means like we are in a season of the full moon brings a lot of energy. And the full moon, I believe the full moon is actually in a couple days, as well. But the full moon brings a lot of energy, and playing with that energy, moving with that energy will make it easier on your body and on your system than if you try to resist it. And so allowing that energy to flow, allowing that imagination to come through and be guided, because I'm being pulled to look back at the last 2 cards of in the hand, the universe, your partner, and overflow. It's like this might be a time where it feels like with all the full moon energy, there's gonna be a lot coming through and it might feel overwhelming at times. That's okay. Take a breath. It's gonna be okay. Everything is happening in divine timing. Yeah. That feels complete. I'm just checking in if there's any more to pull for the collective today. Another tarot card. Okay. Ever in the highest and best. I actually had a card in here that was upside down. And they're like, yep, that one. And so it came to me facing up. It's the Four of Cups. What an interesting creature. I love fours. Fours keep popping up. And fours represent a few different things for me. And if this feels important to bring out. So I see pillars here. And the main thing that I feel like I need to relay is that there are 4 pillars of love. And this is going to sound, well, we'll see. We'll just say there are 4 pillars of love. The first being the emotion of love. And I should say there are 4 pillars of the universal divine love. So there's the emotion love. There is the masculine energy. There is the feminine energy. And then there's the symbol of scales and the feeling of balance. And those 4 together bring in universal love. And when you are in balance and when you are tapped into all of those different elements, it's like you are this super powerful, you seem otherworldly to other people. That's kind of the feel I'm getting with this this creature in the middle, where it's like when you are tapped into all 4 pillars, when you are tapped into all 4 pillars of love, society as we know it will look at you like you're this crazy monster type of being, but you are love. You are tapped into universal love when you're able to do all 4 of those things. And I just keep getting that message over and over again. So fill up your cups. Figure out which cup you need to fill more of. Find the balance in there. And become love. Become love, my loves. Ah. Okay. This feels like this message is complete. I was just checking in. Any more for today? No, I don't think there's any more. So I will, I believe, end it there. Do one final show. So again, we had 55, the further gate. 60, Watchers transpersonal. 31 in the hand, the universe is your partner. 43, overwhelm and plenty. Again, staying grounded, working with your energy. The full moon is coming. Lots of inspiration is coming your way. Grounding that in, allowing it to flow, working with the universe, trusting that's coming. And when you're ready, finding, identifying, and becoming the 4 pillars of love, which is the emotion of love, the feminine energy, the masculine energy, and finding balance. That concludes the collective card pull for May 7th or May 14th. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, follow on the video or your socials of choice. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you next week.